I've been seeing SaveAJ even before the whole Max stream, because it'll be so many random times where he will pop up and do these talent shows with other streamers and stuff, and his talent would be the whole freestyling thing. And things didn't really get crazy for him until he hopped on Jinxie's stream, I believe, because I think that's where he really got his buzz from, if we being real. It was a talent show and AJ was a part of it, and he showed that he can freestyle for a long time. You could give him any word or any object and he will rap about it, like literally. So I think that was kind of cool. And then now he's been popping off even more, because if I'm not tripping, now he's a part of 5 Star, which is Max crew. And a few weeks ago, I think Max made it official that he's gonna start a whole 5 Star label, and they got a lot of artists in there that are actually really good, you know, and one of those artists is AJ. And we all know that recently he hopped on stream with Max and he showed everybody that he can freestyle for a long time without messing up, like, and it's actually good. I think they went through like 20 different beats or something like that, and he freestyled for 20 minutes long. And when I tell you this went viral, this was on TikTok everywhere, this was on IG, even Twitter. Things really did look good for him, because we haven't seen any talent like that in a long time. And it's kind of crazy because you even had people that was comparing him to Juice WRLD. Like seriously, they were actually comparing him to Juice WRLD, because we all know that Juice had a different type of talent. That dude could freestyle for hours. Like he actually has hour freestyle, and he wouldn't mess up. He would actually be playing around with his friends while freestyling, drinking and stuff like that. Like this whole thing was just natural for him. And it's almost the same thing with AJ, and he getting so much buzz right now because there's so many people reacting to this freestyle and stuff like that, and things actually look good for him, right? And trust me, this video not to hate on AJ, because I think he's very talented when it comes to freestyling, but there's also a couple problems that I want to talk about with him, because people get compared all the time, especially with rappers. Anytime there's a new artist that come out, that dude is most likely going to get compared to somebody that was here in the past. It's kind of crazy that AJ is getting compared to a dude that was a legend, you know what I'm saying? So, and there's so many people hyping him up right now, and it's cool and all, but I don't even think AJ likes the Juice comparison, because he went on live recently. He spoke about how he didn't like the Juice WRLD comparisons, and then he spoke about all the hate he been getting for his freestyles.
Of course these niggas are better than me. Like, I've been rapping for like a year and a half, maybe 2. Like, of course these niggas are gonna be better than me. Like, what the f y'all expect? Like, y'all are, I don't know, but I feel like y'all ruin music because y'all compare 2 people instead of just being like, oh, AJ tough. Oh, but he not better than such and such. You gotta realize, bro, this is why I don't drop music, because I'm tired of that shit. That's why I don't be dropping.
And besides all the comparisons, I want to talk about AJ's music, because me and my friends, even the chat, we went through his whole catalog of music. And I'm gonna be real, I don't think it's anything crazy at all. I actually enjoyed the freestyles more than the music, which is kind of crazy, and I feel like a lot of people think that way. And I'm actually curious to how he's gonna branch out from this, because yeah, he has good freestyles. We see that, but with his music, I don't really see anything crazy about it, because yeah, things look good for him. He's being compared to Juice WRLD, you know, but let's be real, how far do you think he can get with this? With just freestyling. See, if he had a song that was popping or something like that, then this conversation would be totally different, but here we are. And don't get me wrong, I heard that he's working with Kanye or something like that. I think Max said that, and that's good, because I'm actually advocating for him to go get somebody to help him out with engineering, or get somebody that can create a good sound for him. That way he can make some good songs, because that's what we want. I know y'all like his freestyles and stuff like that, but I also want to hear the music side, since y'all want to be the ones that compare him to Juice, right? See, the thing with Juice is that he was all around talented. He could freestyle and make some good songs. But with AJ, I just still haven't seen that. But yeah, I'm done chatting. Let me pass it to Slash.
What's good, y'all? Alright, I got spawned in by Dutie. He wanted me to talk about SaveAJ, and let me get this out the way. SaveAJ is a very talented dude, alright? He's a freestyler who recently went viral for his freestyle on Platboy Max's stream, and you already know that, alright? That's why you here, gang. But I want to talk about something that I've had on my mind for a minute, because let me just get this out of the way. Him being a talented freestyler is a very valuable thing, you know what I'm saying? It's one of those things where it's going to take you a long way, especially when it comes to getting respect as a rapper and an actual lyricist. But when it comes to you making music, it's a completely different thing than you freestyling. Like, AJ is a very good freestyler, and we've seen that. He's proven that time in and time out. But if you go and listen to his music doesn't reflect that same exact thing that his freestyling does. Like, once again, this doesn't take away from his talent. He's very, very talented. But the fact that his freestyling and his music doesn't reflect each other is very, very interesting, to say the least. Because let's bring Juice WRLD up, because they've been comparing AJ to Juice WRLD, which I'll elaborate on in a second a little bit more. But Juice WRLD was actually able to apply his freestyles to his music, and he literally freestyled his music. Like, none of his music was really written. So that's why Juice WRLD was who he was. He was just talented. He was a once in a lifetime type of person. AJ, on the other hand, I think it's not fair to him for people to be comparing him to Juice WRLD, because he's just not there. Like, Juice WRLD is one of those artists you're not gonna be able to beat. He's one of those artists who's one of the most talented we've seen in a very long time, and AJ just isn't there. And once again, I feel like people have to also find their own inspiration, because if you go to AJ's Spotify, some of his cover art is literally verbatim Juice WRLD covers, and some of them are obviously heavily inspired by Juice WRLD, which inspiration is key in music. But when you take inspiration, you kind of have to flip it and make it your own thing, you know what I'm saying, and kind of make it a little more unique and not so heavily influenced and taking verbatim from something. And I feel like AJ needs to get in the rhythm of mastering his actual music and his art itself, because his music does not reflect his freestyling. Like, his music is not really that good right now. Like, it's okay, but it's not that good. You know, there's been talks about him working with Kanye, and I really hope he is working with Kanye so he can continuously develop his skills, because he's got skills. He's very talented. It just takes a level of talent to be able to freestyle at that level and also be able to apply it to your song and be able to make a hit song and be able to do all these things while being able to freestyle too, you know what I'm saying? Once he gets that under lock, I think AJ will be in a way better situation, because honestly, if I'm being real, bro, he's tough, like I said, when it comes to the freestyling. But the comparisons to Juice, the comparisons to this dude, that dude, stop doing it, bro. He's not at that level. Stop gassing it, all right? He's good, very talented, but let him be talented in his own way, and don't expect him to be as good as some of these legends who've been rapping for 8 years. But once again, like I said, yes, his freestyles are good, but he needs to work on his music. Once he works on his music, masters that, learns how to make his style sound good on paper, he's good, bro. Like, he's literally up. But if he doesn't, it won't be so good. I remember he also went on a live like 2 days ago and was talking about how these comparisons to Juice WRLD and people makes him not want to drop. And honestly, bro, you gotta use that as fuel to the fire. They were comparing Juice to Uzi. Always compare people who are great to other people, so you gotta lock in and take that to the chin and not care. And I also feel like, bro, if the music you're making is obviously heavily inspired by somebody, you can't really get mad that people are comparing them. Like, bro, yes, there is obvious Juice WRLD inspiration in AJ's music. Like, you can't get mad people are comparing you to this guy simply because you're obviously inspired, and it's not a problem. I feel like people would be so much better off if they acknowledged their inspirations and stopped feeling as if, oh, bro, you're comparing me, bro, I'm just being picked out here. If they just acknowledged what the truth was, I feel like a lot of these artists would end up better. And if AJ just acknowledges, like, bro, yeah, I'm genuinely inspired by Juice, and yes, I love his music, but I'm my own person too, that would be fine. But like, completely denying it and pretting it doesn't exist just isn't smart. That's all I'm saying.
AJ,
yeah, AJ.
I was flabbergasted. I was like,
Yo,
how?
No, listen about with AJ. I was just talking to my chat earlier, right? We love his freestyles. We think that he's hard when it comes to freestyling, but when we heard his music, it was not that like good. Like, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't that good. It was totally different than his freestyles. So like, what do you think he can do in this scenario? Can he actually go mainstream with just fucking freestyles, or like, what does he do? What can he do with that?
Yeah, because there's a huge difference between those two skill sets, to be honest.
Yeah.
I feel like freestyling is cool because it's like, in the moment, you're shocked about how this dude can think of so many sentences in a row that actually rhyme. But then making a song has to be catchy and like has to have a melody and whatever. So I don't know what he can do to like make good music other than just figure out a cool sound. But I don't know how to do that. So
because I just never heard of a guy being known for just,
Juice WRLD.
Freestyles. Like I mean, of course, that's Juice though. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he still had good music before he had good freestyle.
His freestyle skill came to the public after he was already big.
Yeah.
For Juice.
Yeah. So like, with AJ, is kind of a little different. Like, he's blowing up for these freestyles, but like, what can he pull them to? Like, does he have like music out there that's actually good? Don't get me wrong, it ain't ass, but it's just like, nah, I'm not listening to it.
There's like battle rap shows. I don't watch them, but I don't know how much money they make.
Yeah.
And also, I feel like if you freestyle too many times, it just gets kind of old.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I feel like with him, the perfect thing he could probably do is just like lock in with someone when it comes to engineering, and find someone who can get that chemistry with them and help his stuff sound good on actual beats and like produced for like a song. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think that's what he should do. Like, get an engineer, somebody who knows.
Something I noticed too in person when they were Max was picking beats, he picked a lot of like the Polo G type beats, and I was like, and he would be like, oh yeah, that's the one, and I'm like, like, that's another thing. So you're talking about engineer, but I almost think he's got to lock in with a producer maybe and an engineer to really figure out his own lane. But the Polo G lane is just boring as shit. And that's probably why you didn't like it too. Like, what kind of beats did it have? His music?
Yeah, no, his music was Polo G type.
Bro, I had seen some tweet went viral, like they was calling that man the next Juice WRLD, bro.
Kinda. The way he was freestyling, at least.
I mean, freestyling wise, yes, but like music,
People just gotta give him time. I think to just kind of before you start calling him Juice WRLD, you gotta let him show that he can apply that same pressure to music.